Welcome back to Michael Keaton Month here on PodMe if you can. If you've missed it, there have been 3 previous episodes where we've discussed obscure Michael Keaton films, and we're really just appreciating everything Michael Keaton this month. Lloyd, what have you got for our final episode?
The last movie I chose for Michael Keaton Month is Quicksand, starring of course Michael Keaton and the British legendary actor Michael Caine.
I'm Batman.
Martin, played by Michael Keaton, travels to Monaco to check on some suspicious activities of a film production. With millions of dollars at stake, certain shady investors, mainly the Russian mafia, decide to set him up to get rid of him permanently. Martin is framed for the murder of the Monaco police chief and finds himself a fugitive from justice. Now he must find out who is behind this scheme and race to find Jake, Michael Caine, a fading action star who is the only person who can help him prove his innocence before the gangsters find and kill him. The film also has Judith Godrich, a very beautiful French lady as the lead actress, and Serbian actor Rade Sebezja, who always plays a Russian gangster, and no surprise here, he plays a Russian gangster. My favourite role of his is as Boris the Blade or Boris the Bullet Dodger in Snatch. The film was directed by John Mackenzie, yes, the same guy who directed The Long Good Friday, one of Britain's greatest gangster movies, starring of course Bob Hoskins. Quicksand was a straight-to-video action movie that came out in 2003 and was shot in real locations in the south of France. This is basically The Fugitive. Michael Keaton is framed for an assassination and all of France is after him. It's just really hard to believe that like this banker could outrun the French police and the Russian gangsters. Michael Keaton's great in this, very solid acting, but I just don't think the character was built up enough to, you know, so you could believe that he could outwit and outrun all these police force. So a bit unbelievable there. At the very beginning of the film, we see a dark transaction in the Russian underworld involving money, human trafficking, and betrayal. Unfortunately, about midway, the film loses hold of this element and the villains become these badly portrayed comic book characters where and it's such a shame because John Mackenzie was really suited to direct this kind of material. There are dark elements here of the sex trade, political corruption, and, you know, a touch on the corruption of the movie industry itself, but about midway it's like the film abandoned this idea or this technique, and the villains became these badly portrayed people with no detail at all. The Russian gangster has like this main henchman who he dispatches for all his errands, like killing someone or find this person, and he is terrible, just an awful actor. And some really poor choices as well with the action scenes and the choreography to the action. I want to say it's mainly because of the budget, but Dave, we've done so many movie reviews on very low budget movies and some of their action sequences are really sublime. Check out our Siren podcast as an example. Michael Caine is great in this as an aging acting star, like he's facing the end of his career. He has gambling debts and I think it's implied that he's an alcoholic, but there are great moments where you discover that he's a tough old British man. He isn't just a prima donna. Any Russian goons in the way, he has this classic right hand waiting right for him. This is a low budget action movie. I really wish there were more details with the villains here and some stronger choreography to the action to, you know, to make this film a bit more solid. The biggest points of this film are the real locations that were shot in the south of France, and of course seeing 2 great actors, Michael Keaton and Michael Caine, share the same scene together. They just have 2 different styles and I think their chemistry worked really well. This is a really disappointing effort by one of Britain's most promising directors who never really fulfilled their potential. Check out The Long Good Friday if you haven't already, because it's probably Britain's greatest gangster movie.
This makes me think of Taken, which is one of those low-budget action films. You get an A-list cast or a few A-list cast people in, go to all the real locations in Europe, and hope that it's a big breakout success, but just wasn't the case with this one. Nope, straight to video action film. In fact, on the special features of this, it's got a Q&A with a lot of the actors, and the only actor that doesn't go on the Q&A is Michael Keaton. I think he jumped ship right away. Here's my money, thank you, I'm out. Yeah, nice. That seems like the kind of film this has been.
Yeah.
But you got to think that now, having been in Birdman, and he's got a King Kong movie coming up, Michael Keaton, that now he's going to be just stepping it up and just being in bigger and bigger and better in films. And I suppose, you know, getting nominated for an Oscar and a Golden Globe and all that sort of stuff will create, you know, that kind of opportunity for you. So let's hope he doesn't slip back into this quicksand, if you will.
Absolutely. Like, he's hitting a aging point in his career, but I think that's opened up a whole new venue of acting, of maturity, and very strong roles, I think.
Well, we hope you've all enjoyed Michael Keaton Month here on Pod Me If You Can. If you feel like suggesting another actor you think we could do a month of films for, find some really good obscure ones, facebook.com/podmeifyoucan. Otherwise, you can find all the archive of Pod Me If You Can podcasts at podmeifyoucan.com. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Check out our podcast at www.podmeifyoucan.com.